do the proper intro.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Wait for my YouTube to acknowledge that I'm live. Oh, I'll copy that. Post that in. Have you got the link to your one as well?
Mine will automatically drop on.
Oh, okay, sweet.
But if not, I'll basically sort that out anyway.
Yeah, yours are dropped in there. I'll just put mine as well. Back upstream. Okay.
I've had to restart mine, like, but yeah.
That's
let's
right.
go.
Right. Trying to get my chat up so I can see what's going on. Why did it sign me out? I've got my chat open. Alright. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to the Limitless Formula Racing League. I am your host, DxT Hobo. Joining me for the first time is Gaz, aka Ferret. Have I said that right, Gaz?
Yeah, is it?
Yep, sweet. So basically, this is the first race of the first pre-season race we have. That's going to be streamed live with both of us. Me and Gaz will be doing it today. And we've got a great race for you today. It is the first time we're going to ever see these drivers. I'm going to see these drivers personally. I am streaming from the DxT TV live channel. We have Gaz streaming from the Limitless Formula channel. So guys, if you do want to know any details, please send us a message in either chat and we'll send you out Discord links, whatever you need to know. But so what we'll quickly do, it will run through of who you're going to see today and who's in what car for the start of the season, which is going to be next week now, I suppose. It's going to be very soon. So we will have Kingsholm and Tia 727. I don't think he's in there yet, though, is he? No, he's not in there yet.
We've got a little comment here saying that they can hear us twice. So there's a bit of an echo on our voices.
We have an echo on the voices. Is it any better now? Just let us know. Yeah, I'm not too sure why we hit an echo. It's a bit weird. We haven't got an echo.
No, we've got no. It's fine.
Alright, sweet. So we've got basically this is going to be a basic warm-up session for the season. We have got a couple of drivers in. I'm going to just run through who we've got in the session today. We have Wild Gamer and Matty in the Mercedes, Kingsholm and Get Carter in the Ferrari. In the Aston Martin, we have Percy and Flea. In the McLaren, we have DJ Death Dragon and Ralkio. In the Renault, we have Rizzle Sticks and Jim Starv. So, sorry I said that name wrong. We have AD and Matty Bot. Sinstrav, cheers. We have in the Alpha Tauri, AD and Matty Bot. In the Racing Points, we have Japawa and Ratchet, or aka Ratshit, as we're going to put it. Joking. Sorry. Can't be doing that. You might get that from us. We have said it a few times by mistake when we're warming up, so we might get that a few times. We have in the Alfa Romeo.
It's like when the excitement happens.
Yeah, exactly. We have Freedom and Valentine in the Alfa Romeo. In the Haas, we have Bad, and in the Williams, Non-Human and Agli. Well, I think that his name was. I couldn't see it. It just disappeared at the last second. So, Gaz.
Just got to say a quick hello to the guys who've popped up on our stream. So we've got Agelos, say hello there. Wild Gamer, Death Dragon, MLH. Thanks all for commenting on. Meg. Hobo, only you have an echo, so it's your fault, not mine, luckily.
What the hell? Why have I got an echo?
It might just be your setup, really. Your mic might be a bit close to your speakers, too sure.
I'll move it out a little bit.
But while we're waiting for this the qualifying to load up, I'm just going to run through some details about the track today. So the circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia, it is 2.8 miles long. That is 16 turns. That's 9 to the right, 7 to the left. And majority of turns have got some names, so I'll run through them a bit later on when we get through them. But it seems like it's the perfect race course for practicing. It has a mixture of all sorts of corners. So be quite interested to see how these guys perform today.
I'm definitely looking forward to this one. It looks like it's going to be a cloudy qualifying. Well, we have got full qualifying as well, which I can't wait for. It's the first time I've
Yeah,
ever streamed on a full qualifying race. I don't know if you've
it's
ever done
it's
it
just
before.
it just. Oh yeah, I've done it plenty of times. It's the usual setup. It's just some drop off first, then drop off later. It gets more exciting at the last Q3 because you got all your best drivers all battling for that crucial pole position.
Yeah, it also gives us a chance to see different strategies as well, because obviously they will go out on their Q2 tires on whatever that's what we started on. So that'd be interesting to see that, because obviously you won't get the usual
Yeah,
everyone on softs, and then the bottom 10 are all mixed. You can get a complete mixture here, which I can't wait for.
yeah.
Oh, we have a couple of Percy's put on the inters, could possibly have rain.
Ooh, okay.
Very interesting.
Just got a message from Meg. Just asking for your YouTube channel name so she can watch both streams.
Yeah, so my YouTube channel is called DxT TV Live. That's the channel that I'm gonna be streaming on. So we'll have two different aspects of what's going on. We'll try to make sure we're not watching the same thing. But if something gets a bit dicey, we will have to watch the same, because we both want to see what's going on. Rain in 15 minutes from Matthew Green. That is MattyBot. He just told us it's going to be rain in 15 minutes. So it does explain why Percy's put on the inters. But if he's got 15 minutes, get on the softs. Get out there quick.
Gonna have to get out there quick in Q1 then to get the timing that you need.
Yeah, you definitely do. I mean, interesting to see as well if the rain will carry on through into Qs 2 and 3. I'm not sure how it works with the weather with the long qualifying.
The long qualifying, it just kind of flows on. It's like based on real time really, so it should carry on.
Oh, this is brilliant. Really looking forward to this.
So
Just going to quickly sign back in, because for some reason I've been signed out of my own bloody YouTube channel. Don't know how that's possible when you're constantly on it.
So at the moment, Japoa is actually looking at being the first person to set a fast time.
First one on track, yeah. So any people here, obviously we know they're going to be quick. So obviously I've seen Death Dragon in a couple of races. I do know he's going to have a bit of pace behind him. But personally, guys, if you've been in a pre-season race, anyone you're expecting here to be above the rest?
Well, I know Jim Strav has got some fantastic pace. He recently had a few connection issues, which actually reduced his ability to race, but he said that's all been sorted, but he is so quick. Definitely got race pace and qualifying pace, though. So he'll be one to watch. And Wild Gamer, he's a front runner as well. So I'll be expecting him to perform well, especially in the race.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this race. Obviously, I do know as well that Kingsholm and Flea are fairly competent drivers as well. Japas is the fastest time so far. Oh, to say again, Wild Gamer, as you were just saying, 1:16.5.
That's a fantastic lap time.
That is brilliant lap times. I think we had a practice session earlier today. We saw a couple of low 1:16s. So we'll have to see if that's going to stay on top. Bearing in mind we have got rain at the end of this qualifying, so to wait and see how it pans out for the rest of these drivers. Yellow flags in sector 2. Oh, it's out. AD's gone out. ADB is out of the race, out of the qualifying session. Where has he gone off?
Out.
Let's go on board with Japoa and see if we can see a damaged car.
That's just turn 7, turn 8, just after that. So
Yeah,
he probably tried to go down turn 7 and went off at turn 8.
A very slippery curb as well, that one. That's going to catch out a few of these drivers today. Who else we got on board? Matty. Going to cross the line, Matty. Going to go 1:16.6. Very quick time from You Never Walk Alone, Matty.
Oh.
Big United fan.
But,
Big Man United fan is Matty.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard that. I've heard that he's got like a David Beckham tattoo across his back.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got Alice Ferguson on his forehead as well. He loves it.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
goes proper mad for it. Obviously not. He's obviously a Liverpool fan. Before we get hate in the chat. Or get Kingsholm 1:15.8 from Kingsholm. That is an unreal time from the league owner. Possible match fixing we've got going on here?
Oh yeah, he's definitely vamped his boosting there, isn't he? He's
Yeah,
definitely boosting.
100%. Looks, it's just funny that so far that the Ferraris and the Mercedes are top of the tables, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'd definitely say I'd definitely say he's boosting because the shakedowns at Bahrain he wasn't that quick. So yeah, he's he was contender for top half, but never like
Never this high up.
basically qualifying for pole. But this is Q1 anyway, so we'll see how he handles it when it gets a little bit slippy.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, we've got Williams sitting out there in the middle of the track. I can't see who that was.
Could be either. This is gonna be hard. We got WLK Aglios.
He's in the pit, so it would have been non-human.
Yeah. With a Haas spun as well, just ahead of. Yep, Haas in the wall. Looked like it was Brad or Bad. Bad in the wall. Not very good. What else we got on board with now? So Kingsholm's coming into the pits. Bad is on his lap still. Obviously, he's not going to be very quick. Bearing in mind, he just had an off. Freedom's on medium tyres. So obviously, thinks he's got enough time to quickly set a medium lap before he goes into his softs before this rain comes.
Yeah, so non-humans on mediums as well. It's just it's a peculiar choice really for the Q1. It will affect his tyres when it comes up to tyre choice when it comes up to Q2.
Yeah, definitely will, because obviously these tyres will be used again.
Especially if they're looking to do a. Yeah, especially if they're looking to do the one-stop stop.
Yeah, one stop is definitely possible around this track. Let's have a look. So we've got a couple of information on the guys as well. So Freedoms, as we're on board with now, if you're watching the DxT channel, he's actually brothers with non-human in the Williams. So brotherly love might come into it. Might see a bit of a falling out between these two. It'd be very competitive, know that much. It'd be very interesting to watch these two race as Freedoms will cross the line on his mediums and go 8th, 1:16.8. Very good time on the medium tyres. So who else we got on board with now? Let's have a look. Who hasn't had any screen time yet? Rizzle Sticks. Currently not set a lap yet and in the danger zone for first qualifying session.
I've just watched TRT. Just slip off the circuit to allow one of the, I think it was Japoa, to go past, which is quite fair play to himself.
Yeah, I do love to see that, especially in this.
Yeah. It's a tough circuit to get past other drivers. You got to time it perfectly, so it is quite nice to see the drivers just being a bit more respectful to others.
Yeah, exactly. Because it is, especially when you've got a long qualifying session as well. It's not all about just getting the quickest lap in the 18 minutes that we normally would see on a short quali. You've got a lot of time to make a couple of mistakes, so you don't really want to get in anyone's way either. So you've got a bit more respectfulness, which I do love to see. On board at the moment with Percy, is on his out lap in the lovely Red Bull. Currently sets 2 purple sectors. I'm not sure how correct that is. But we'll see as he comes round. The last sector now has got a bit of traffic in his way in the form of a Williams. Does get out of the way very nicely. Around the last chicane. I hate the chicane personnel. I'm no good at it. Yellow flags just ahead of him, which is a McLaren coming into the pits. Percy is going to go full power now, run out of ERS, but we'll cross the line and go first on a 1:15.6.
That's an outstanding time by Percy. Outstanding.
We're seeing a lot of good times here today. I love it. Gonna make some close racing.
Well, we've got Kingsholm's back out for another out lap. See if he can make any improvements on his time.
Trying to get back online. Let's see. Oh, Jim Strav just invalidated it on his out lap. Hopefully it doesn't affect him for this one. No, luckily didn't get the this next lap one.
I'm going to. I think I might jump on board with Jim Strav basically to watch him how he does this because he is a very quick driver. So I'm just going to kind of follow him on a lap so the streamers can actually have a look and see what a lap looks like around Barcelona, Catalonia.
Just going to quickly get back online. Hey, I'm back online. Okay, sweet. There we go. I can actually reply to messages now, which is quite nice. A couple of people messaged as well on my channel. We have Raukio, who's in the race, Get Carter, and obviously Matthew Green, who told us about the rain.
We've got Matthew Green just said all right on our feed. Meg said it's nice to see us both commentating together. Which, thank you very much, Meg. It's a pleasure. It's the first time me and Hobo have actually commentated together, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
And we've got Death Dragon. It's said that I'm always doing so bad on this track. Well, he's sitting provisionally third at the moment. It's actually he's done a fantastic time, so I don't know why he's saying he does so bad. And Wamp Squad, it's raining now.
Yeah, just seen a couple of spots of rain on Jim Strav's car, and it's just made him miss the chicane a little bit on the exit and invalidates his lap. And he's got this next lap as well by the looks of it, so he's going to have to qualify on the inters.
Oh, no. It's either qualify on the inters or push these for another lap, and hopefully it still has a bit of grip.
It's actually funny because we were saying this before the race, before we started our live stream, that obviously with the benefit of having the long quali, you're going to see drivers like Jim Strav, who are very quick, possibly not get into Q1, or get out of Q1, I should say. Exactly what we were saying, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Be very interesting to see what happens. He's going to have to rush now to try and get rounds, and his tyres are going to be screaming at him. But luckily enough, because it is just Q1, he can change them for Q2 if he manages to get out of it.
I've got a comment here for basically it's asking Meg for your YouTube channel so you can watch both sides. Con's YouTube.
What I'll post my link into your chat box, and that way, hopefully, you should be able to see it. My thing now.
And then I can subscribe as well.
Yeah, a ditto as well.
Okay, so see a lot of drivers have actually have stopped attempting the fast laps now because of the rain. It's going to be quite tough.
Yeah, they'll have the added benefit as well of seeing the delta times for the predicted time that they're going to go around drop massively as the rain starts to settle in. It does look fairly light though. It's not looking like it's too much problem at the moment, but the track will be feeling slipperier.
Yeah.
Because I'm still on board with Jim Strav. I just want to see what he can do in this wet situation.
Yeah, I was on board with Valentine, who tried to improve on their time. Didn't even it was like down by 5 seconds, so they're feeling the effects of the rain. Got a comment from Agelos. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, just kind of like phonetically put it in so I can say it properly. But he says, "How am I P7?" Well, you're P7 because you're quick. That's it. You just
got a good time.
What do you want?
I was watching Jim Strav now. Last attempt to really try and make it across the line. He can't really go much more than this. DRS is still activated, so obviously it is dry enough. And he goes 17th on a 123. So there you go. That's the difference between a dry and a wet track.
And Jim Strav is a quick driver as well. Valentine's invalidated their lap. So like a few drivers are retiring from this session. So Addy, Bad Passer, Piasso, Get Carter, the big United fan, Matty, and Logio. So who did you say were the brothers?
The brothers are Non-Human and Freedom.
Ooh.
So obviously with the what the guys have done here in Limitless racing, or Limitless Formula Racing I should say, Is there no one picked a teammate. It was all done randomly. So this is why we're seeing people like brothers in different cars, and for example, Kingsholm and Flea, who founded the league together, are in different cars as well. So it does make this so much more interesting to see them all in separate cars.
But I think the idea of having Kingsholm and Fleet in different cars is a great idea because they're both quite similar drivers. They're similar pace. They've got good racecraft. So it'd be quite interesting to see when they're not working together, what they're going to be like.
Yeah, 100%. Everywhere I've raced with these guys, they're always together, and it's always good. They're always like very good teammates. So I want to see a bit of aggression between the two of them now. Now they're not teammates.
Yeah.
I really want to see a bit of to-in and fro-in. Kingsholm has given us a bit of a demonstration on the straight there, going a bit of left and right. Percy's put on the inters again. I don't know if he's going to be going out on those, if he's got time, because we have to just hit the 2-minute mark.
I think he's probably just going out there for a chance to just test the tracking on the inters before going into Q2.
I reckon he wants some screen time, that's all he wants. He just wants to be noticed for once.
Yeah. Because Kingsholm's out on the track at the moment, still with the soft tires. I can't see any improvement happening to anybody in these conditions.
No, there'd be no way. But DRS is still activated, but obviously that's not the issue too much. It's the braking areas that are going to be the massive issue. Like Kingsholm now is already 2 seconds down, and he's not even got sector 3 yet, and that is going to be the most difficult with a slippery track.
Yeah.
We have a couple more drivers, I think, retiring now. Only 1 minute to go. There's not going to be anyone that's able to do anything. Speedy, welcome to the stream, mate. Speedy number 25. AD spun it on the one of the death corners, coming in. Was it turn 7 and 8?
Yes.
Yep, turn 7 and 8. Lost it on the curb and went into a wall. So he'll be out of Q1. We won't be seeing him again for a little while. But I was thinking it's safe to say now we've got our 15 for our Q2.
Oh, yeah, it's quite safe to say that because everybody's in the pits or retired. We've got a couple of people on out laps, but they won't get round in time to put a fast lap in. Well, they've got 27 seconds. I don't think.
No, we're not enough time for them to get round. Possibly. Actually, no, they could just about get round. They're quick enough. And they need to because they're in. Well, at the moment, Japoa will be just about safe.
But Japo's actually invalidated his lap.
Just got across the line, so hopefully we'll see what he does. I'm going to stick on board with Japoa. Gaz, if you're going on board with Rizzle, we can see exactly what the second times are going to be.
Yeah. Rizzle Sticks has spun out at turn 3. Or was it turn 2? So just before he got into the Renault curve. So the Renault is spinning just before the Renault curve.
Love the irony.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Japoa is also slower. He's 7 tenths down in sector 1, so he's not going to be improving. And he's now invalidated as well, so he's going to be invalidated. But he is safe in 15th.
Yeah, unfortunately for Rizzle Sticks, he won't be able to improve his time with that spin not happening. But it's good to see this Renault. I think it's one of the nicest cars on the grid.
Yeah, it's going to be nice next year as well when they change it into Alpine. Or Alpine, however they're pronouncing it.
I've always pronounced it Alpine.
It's a lot of different. It's like the AlphaTauri. I always thought when I first read it was AlphaTauri because it looks like a Taurus. So you think Tauri, but no, it's Tauri.
It's Tauri because it's Italian.
Yeah.
So it's slightly different pronunciation, but it's like Alpine with it being French. It's
a bit more feminine.
Like double E sound. Yeah.
It's still not. I think it should be still called Renault personally. I think having Renault is iconic in the F1 world. It's going to be a shame to see that car go.
But they're trying to promote the new Alpine A110.
Yeah.
This is what F1's about. This is how Mercedes has sold more AMGs in the last 10 years. It's because of F1's publicity. And Aston Martin now jumping on the bandwagon because they're looking to be selling their new DB range, which is actually out in the next 2 years.
Yeah, it should be good to see to see them big boys back. Hopefully in British Racing Green for next year.
I've heard that it is going to be British Racing Green.
I would
That's
love it.
a little rumour that I've seen on many sources that's the idea. Alpine going for the traditional blue colour apparently, to the Ligier
Oh, nice.
old. That's the colour. The official French racing colour. So that's the rumours that they're trying to bring the official colours back.
So in this session, we will be saying goodbye for the time being for the two Renault cars that we're just talking about, Rizzle and Jim Strav. Also AD because he did DNF, and Bad who didn't set a time. I don't think I saw him DNF, but didn't set a time. So now we're into Q2. It's saying lap 1 of 3. I'm not sure why that is.
It's a glitch. It happens. It changes dead quick after a while.
There we go. I was panicking there. I was like, oh my god, that actually be quite interesting having a 3-lap shootout for the rest of the top 10.
Well, it's Codemasters for you. I've had it where I was stuck in Q while I went over to Q3, and that was on the shakedown at Bahrain.
Oh god.
That happened. So I had to jump out of the lobby, then jump back in and carry on at Q3. Luckily, I didn't miss too much.
Well, we had a big one in the DxT Friday League. This was last week in Mexico. Bearing in mind, it's like our nearly our end of our season. It's some reason it put out everyone that was spectating, kicked them out of the race. So when they joined back, cars that had DNF'd reappeared on track as solid. So
Wow.
I can't even talk today. It meant that basically a car would hit a parked car on the grid, DNF, safety car came out, which then got stuck behind the car sitting on the grid.
Oh no.
So yeah, and that basically put an end to that session. There's a lot of glitches on this game, which is you wouldn't think you'd see it personally. Bearing in mind the game has been out, well, nearly a year now, nearly coming to the end of its life now, and you're still having these little glitches.
Well, with the FIA delaying the new cars, it means that Codemasters has had to kind of abort a lot of the patches that they normally do for the game to focus on their 2021 game.
And also with EA now with interested as well, that's going to be amazing.
EA, see, I did a little bit of research with the EA getting involved, and it was actually EA's not allowed to touch anything that's in the pipeline. All they can do is add suggestions.
Oh, that's no good. That's no fun.
Well, it means they can add they might be able to add the Ultrasculpt.
Oh.
Which means that you can actually design your own vehicles, design your own liveries.
Oh, okay. That is something that I think Formula One has missed out a lot of.
Excuse me, my little man's just come to say hello.
Well, I'll carry it, don't worry. They're currently on board with Freedoms. He's the first car to cross the line. We set the pole sector 1, obviously, being he's the first car. We have got an intermediate race as well for this section of qualifying. Be interesting to see what these guys can do with these inter tyres. I'm not going to be expecting the blistering times we saw in Q1. But this is going to basically be the great equaliser. Drivers might not be so quick in the dry, might be a lot better in the wet and vice versa. As we see, Freedoms has already invalidated. We'll jump back to someone else. Who else we got on board with?
I'm on Percy at the moment, who looks like he's coming around the last few corners, so he's currently at turn 11. So he was top of the table in Q1, so we'll see how he does on these enters.
I've jumped back a couple of cars because there's a couple of invalid laps. I'm on board with the Racing Point guys, who are literally one behind the other. Hopefully not going to get into each other's way too much as they go around the last few corners.
So we've got Percy now on the home straight. Let's see what he does. Over 127.6. So that's 12 seconds onto his Q1 time. That's like a large amount, really.
That is quite a massive amount. Just shows you how slow these cars are when it comes to wet races.
I'm not too sure whether he had to slow down with the cars moving out of the way for him to get past. He might have slowed down a bit with it being wet conditions.
Yeah, I think the dry line hasn't really formed yet either, so obviously we should see faster times, I'm hoping, when we get nearer to the end of the quali. We get a bit of a drier line forming. The rain still looks like it's coming down at the same rate it was when we left Q1. A couple of cars coming in now, so non-human's gone second, Matty on third. Everyone's still within the 127s.
I've just jumped on Freedom in the Alpha. He's gone around turn 8 now, so he's head up to turn 9.
Freedom's...
he seems to have a nice line. So
yeah, he has got a nice line. I was just about to say the same thing. He's got a very nice line coming through there. Kingsholm has also gone pole as well, 127.3. So no one's fast enough to break that 27 mark yet. I'm jumping on board with the other co now, Flea. So I'm on board with Flea, and you've got Freedoms on board now. So with Gaz. It'd be an interesting race.
Just a few comments though. Meg's interested to see if the rain continues throughout the race. So if the rain's still on for the race, it would be interesting, and it could cause some issues, but it'll be good for the highlights.
It will be brilliant.
And she's cheering on for King's Zone. Obviously, she's going to be cheering on for King's Zone.
I don't know. Well, she kind of has to, unfortunately, doesn't she? It's not really fair, to be honest.
Poor Meg.
Poor Meg. Yeah, who else did the set fast? That's a Freedom went fastest there. 127 dead, nearly breaking out of that 27 barrier.
That was a fantastic lap there. He did have a nice line, so.
I'm wondering now if Flea can beat it because he's just gone purple in both 1 and 2 sectors. Obviously, there is a bit of an issue with that. That could be his personal, that could be the session best, so we'll see when he comes around the last sector. Going around the tight chicane now, takes it very nicely. Bit of exit curve there, which does slow him down a bit of a bounce. As he comes around the final corner, keeps it all on track, crosses the line, and goes fourth on a 127.7. I don't think he lost 7 tenths in that last sector, so I believe that is about fair for him. Right behind his teammate of Percy.
So I'm on board with Agalos. Or Agalos, or however you say it. I really do want to know how to say it properly. But he is 8 tenths down from his last time, so if he gets that, he'd be putting himself 7th or 7th or 6th really. Yeah, in that area.
It'd be a big improvement. Valentine goes a second faster, but only puts him into 12th.
Oh wow, what a time! A 127.4 puts himself in 3rd.
Brilliant time from him. Brilliant time.
That was a massive improvement. That last sector, he must have took off an extra half a second because at sector 2 it said that he was quicker by 8 tenths. So that's a fantastic time.
Yellow in sector 3. That was Williams by the looks of it. That would have been Algios. Agalos. Yeah, we'll go Agalos. Sounds about right. I'm currently on board with Raul, aka Twitch TV. Some of you guys might know him from other leagues that I commentate on. He's stuck behind a lot of traffic now though. He's trying to get slipstream off them, but it doesn't look like he's gonna.
I'm just on board with non-human at the moment, so it's see if he can actually make any damage on Freedom's time. Really, he's made small improvements, but nothing I would say is significant to be challenged at the top. But he's had a little bit of oversteer, so I think he might have bought this lap and go for the next lap.
Yeah, he won't want to be beaten by his brother. Put it that way.
No, not at all.
And Raul goes second on a 127.3. So this is what I was saying earlier about drivers being better in the wet. Raul, you'd expect to be a mid-pack driver, especially in the dry track. Put on the wets, and look how quick he is. Unreal.
Oh, I completely agree. I do find my racecraft is a lot better in the very wet than it is on the dry. I do tend to gain a few more places while everybody's spinning out. I kind of keep control.
Kind of maintain it.
Yeah, it's all about the balance, isn't it? Where when you're in the dry, you can actually forget the balance a bit more and focus more on speed. We're looking, waiting for Matty Bot to put in a time. It's the only person not to register time so far.
I was just on board with the other Matty, watched him do a bit of Tokyo drifting around Sector 1. He's flicking the back out, enjoyed himself there. Sitting in 4th place so far. Wait and see, who else we got on our lap at the moment? I'm going to wait for... Oh, Matty can't be on a lap, he's losing it all over the place right now. See what he's like when he crosses the line for Sector 2. Yeah, he's 9/10 down any time. He's a lot slower.
We're just waiting for Matty Bot to go blind. He's now on the home straight. Let's see what time he puts up. It's 129.5. So that puts him 14th at the moment. So he's got a bit more to work on to get himself into Q3.
Yeah, he's still in that danger zone at the moment. Oh, speaking of danger zone, Get Carter just knocked Death Dragon right into that. Get Carter's gone 10th on a 128.0.
At the moment there, I thought he actually meant there was a bit of a collision on in qualifying.
Oh no, well, hope fingers crossed we don't get that.
No, nobody wants to see a collision at qualifying.
Just got on board with Ratchet, see how he was doing. He's got wing damage, so he's not going to be fairly quick.
Oh. That's both Mercedes are in the pits now, so like, let's see who's out. We've got Percy's back out, Lee on an out lap, we've got Ratchet's out, Get Carter's out, Death Dragon's out, Valentine on an out lap, and Matty Boss, I think Matty Bot will be on an in lap, but he did drop in a purple sector 2.
Death Dragon is just 1/10 up on his time, so hopefully he'll be beating Get Carter and knocking him back into that danger zone.
Wild Gamer, I am out of qualifying. My rear tyres were on fire. You know, I've heard this quite a bit. Like, a lot of people are mismanaging the wet tyres, the intermediates. They're so focused about staying on the racing line, they're not thinking about the tyre heat and tyre temperatures, really. Yeah, so you've got to be sticking them in the wet patches all the way around your out lap just to keep them cool, ready for.
Yeah, you've really got to run through puddles, which is difficult on this kind of game because you can't. Obviously, Codemasters have done well to make the car feel like you're in the rain. Like, you can see the spray, but to actually see individual puddles is not something that they've introduced.
You don't know, it's like, especially when it's like late rain, you don't see much at all. When it's heavy rain, you can see the racing line a bit more clearly because it's like kind of like drying out. But you won't see it much on the.
So we haven't. I'm on board at the moment with Dragon. I'm going to jump on board with him, just so you guys can see what the drivers can see.
Flea jumps into second with 127.1. So that's a fantastic time by Flea.
Doing very well at the moment. It's 1-0 Flea on the versus King's Home.
So far, let's see how Q3 goes because King's Home did qualify higher in Q1.
Oh yeah, he did. So yeah, so he 1-1.
So it's 1-1.
1-1. Dragon still staying in 9th place. He's gone up, so he's gone up a couple of places there. Setting a 127.9.
His helmet looks like Optimus Prime a little bit with the color scheme.
Yeah, it does. We're going to actually see like a proper graphic of his helmet, like while they're racing or something, because it'd be nice to see some of these guys. They work so much on their helmets with the limited options we've got, and yet you can't really see it properly. A lot of cars now back on their out laps to their final time. I want to jump on board quickly with Valentine as he's setting his lap now. He's a lot slower though, so don't think it's going to be much improvement. And no, 4.3 seconds slower than his fastest time. Who else we got on board? Just let's have a look with Flea's gone back into the pits. I don't think he'll have enough time to come out.
So Valkyo is actually on a flying lap now. He's just crossed the start line. So we'll see how he does around.
I'm going to jump on board with King's Home as he starts his flying lap as well in a little bit. Comes around the final corner now.
Quite interesting to see these because these are the ones that actually are competing for like the top spots. So Valkyrie is actually put a purple sector to sector 1.
Very
So
good
he's
time.
a bit quicker. There's not a lot of time in between these the top 6 drivers.
So I know Raukio would be very
He
impressed with that.
spins out. He spins out at Worth, which is turn 7.
Speaking of spinning out, just had King's Home having a bit of a fishtail going into sector 1. So his time's going to be down as well.
So we've got United's biggest fan, also giving it a bit of wobble between turn 3 and 4. Famous straight really for the Mercedes, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
The Rosberg Hamilton and now Matty putting a little bit of a wiggle on there.
Or just back. I thought we were going to see a crash there. Raukio didn't really realise how quickly King's Home was approaching him. Whether he's out of fuel or not, I'm not entirely sure. King's Home goes purple sector 2, so obviously not too put out by that mistake he had.
Yeah.
Goes around the final sector now. Takes that chicane absolutely beautifully as he goes around the last corner. Can he make a shout for the top spot? He's going to be safe anyway, we know that much. And he does, 1:26.4.
What a time!
Brilliant time from him.
He took a pretty much whole second, and I've just watched non-humans spin out.
Got a lot of traffic there on the last corner as well. So we went on board with Matty, saw a lot of traffic there. Hopefully doesn't get in his way too much. It doesn't improve, or he does improve, but not enough to move up position. Get Carter, can he save himself? No. Oh, so there we go. We have our eliminations for this track as well. Get Carter, Japawa, Valentine, Matibot, and Wild Gamer.
So it's quite a nice little group of 10 we've got here. Be quite interesting to see. Well, it's actually quite shocking that the Wild Gamer wasn't up there in the top. But obviously with his tyres being that hot, he's kind of like not keeping up with the pace then.
Nah, definitely not. Once the tyres overheat, there you got no chance.
Yeah. We've got Death Dragon. This is definitely not a rain setup. It's obviously set up for a dry race, and
oh yes, that's the other issue they're gonna have. Yeah, the setups.
Yeah, it's like with me when I'm setting up, I'm thinking about pace. Really, you need a little bit more pace around there because the corners are quite smooth. Apart from the chicane at the end, they got quite smooth. You can't put a bit of pace through them. You do need a bit less downforce really to get yourself up there. So here we are. We've got Kingsholm, Percy, Freedom, Flea, Rocchio, the Mank, Matty, Agelios, Non-Human, Death Dragon, and Ratchet, who's all through to Q3.
And like I said, we're saying goodbye to Get Carter, Japawa, Valentine, and Matibot. I have got a comment from Izzy. Welcome to the stream. She says that it's a good time she's seeing from Darag, which is Raukio. So she's basically, Raukio, you got a fan, mate. Very good time from him.
Oh, don't say that. His head's going to get massive and he's won't fit into the helmet.
Now, honestly, you ever spoken to him before, he's happy when he qualifies in like anything higher than 20th, he's happy.
Oh, that's like me. Top half, I'm over the moon.
Oh, if I ever get into the top half, I'll let you know. It's actually quite embarrassing. Like I've been a fan of F1 my whole life. I've been involved with league racing for quite a few years now. I have never once got first in any race.
Oh.
I've had seconds, I've had thirds, I've never won a race. My first win, I can't even imagine what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna buy one of those track frames to go on my wall. I want to sign it. I want to write the date of it. It's gonna be the proudest day of my life.
Well, see, I've got it. I'm still quite new to the whole F1 racing on esports. Been a big fan for years of the real life commercial sport. Did a bit of motor racing myself in the past, so it's like I put myself on a wheel for this, and I did okay. But yeah, I'm like you. I've never won an online race on this ever.
Nah, it's ridiculous. I said, I spent my youth racing go-karts, managed to get to like a fairly decent level, nothing like massive, but I think I was semi-pro rated, and then even then I think I finished first twice or three times maybe, but then never got any further than that really. Never got close to a championship, put it that way. We have got a dry session which is really fun for us actually. Going to see some proper speed now. Everyone's put on the soft tyres again. Non-humans going to be the first to set a lap when he crosses the line.
I'm a little bit gutted now that we haven't got like the wet tyres. Oh, so I think I'm going to jump on with Ratchet, who's actually second with the pink 69 car.
Non-humans invalidated already, so he's gone off track. He's invalidated and get out of the way. I'll jump back to whoever's behind him, which is his teammate of Aglios. Oh, do you know what? WLK. Walk. And his name's Walk.
Walk.
Walk. WLK. Walk.
Yeah. Yeah, well...
So it'll take us... By the time we pronounce his name, it's too late.
We might as well just call him Walk.
WLK. Oh, and I'm a jinx. He's invalidated it as well. Commentator's curse. Let's jump back again.
Well,
Who else could you jump back to?
Ratchet's invalidated his lap as well, so it's like going back. Has Percy invalidated his lap?
Percy hasn't.
No,
I'll let you go on board with Percy. I'll jump back again. Who else we got? I'll jump on board with Death Dragon, who's set a purple 2.
Ooh.
Right behind Percy, so we'll see if he gets any benefit from that. They both come round the last sector. Yellow flags ahead of him, which is just the Williams moving out the way.
Let's see what Percy's time is. 1:16.4. Very nice time.
1:16.2, Dragon.
Even better.
And Kingsholm embarrasses us both. We weren't even watching him.
No, we weren't. Let's jump on with Flea before we miss it. Because Flea's now coming through the chicane at the end.
Ralkio's pitting, so we'll jump on board. I'll jump on with Freedoms.
There we go. Flea with 1:16.3, so they're still quite close.
Very close
Flea.
at the top. Look at that.
Flea,
1, 2, 3, 4. Can Freedom go 5? No, 1:36.
Ooh.
He must have some sort of incident.
He must have spun out of sector 1 or something, or slowed down for some reason.
See what Matty can do. Get a very good sector, and there we go. 1:15.9. Brilliant
That's a very
time.
nice time by the Mank.
By the good old Mank.
He is going to kill us, isn't he?
Yeah, he's especially as well. Matty is part of DxT as well, so I'm going to hear it in the ear. There we go. Ratchet gets a 1:16.5. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. WLK goes 7th on a 1:16.8. So he has ruined it a little bit there.
Oh, we can still get a 6 and 7 with non-human and Valkyo.
Oh, we could. Oh, Ralkio is gone into the pits. Oh, he's still in the pits. Non-human invalidated it, so he'll be going around again.
I'll be honest, I would have jumped in the pits, get some fresh rubber on it, and go out again.
Yeah, he's done 2 laps on those as well.
Q2 was a wet leg qualifying session, so it means that everybody gets a free choice of tyre. So no matter what, you could just go for your heart's content. It didn't really matter.
Be interesting to see in the race as well, because obviously with everyone having a choice of tyre, it will be completely different to see who goes on what.
Well,
I would assume everyone's going on softs.
I reckon they'll go mediums, to be honest. I think it's you'll have a lot of people thinking like they go for the easy, medium to hard um, strategy. With some people, say in the lower from 15 down, you'll see a couple of them going hard, so they can get a really long stint and then go soft at the end. People on the medium will either go medium to hard or try and push the mediums as far as they can, because I believe it's 33 laps if I remember rightly.
I believe so.
And yeah, I'm sure the full length is 66 laps, so it will be 33. But
A
it's
non-human
something we
crosses the
can't
line.
really tell. All these drivers here have got different mindsets, so they'll be having a different plan. Starting on the soft and going on to the medium, you're probably having to put another set of softs at the end. So people are really looking for the early safety car to jump in to the pits and get the tyre strategy sorted.
Yeah, the great game changer of safety car.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Bahrain. It was USA had 3 safety cars. So it changed everything.
3 safety cars in one race.
Yeah. We need Valkyrie to get a 16.6.
Yeah, he's giving us a bit of a wave at the moment. He's keeps on teeting to those tyres as he goes into the last sector. He definitely needs to do something right now, because at the moment, 10th place, not bad for him, but being in Q3, he's going to want a challenge for the top 4, get near his teammate.
We've got Freedom's back else, so we'll see if he can make any. He's invalidated his lap, and I think he's clipped the wall. I don't know whether he's got damage, but I can't see. Doesn't look like he's got any wing damage, but he slipped out there at coming out of turn 9.
So just chatting to my partner quickly. She's asking how long qualifying is. She's like, normally you're finished by now.
It feels like it goes on forever at times, doesn't it?
It is interesting to see a long quali. I said it is nice. I've not had this before, so it does add a little bit of spice. Oh, Raukio's invalidated.
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He's got 4 minutes to sort himself out and get a lap put in.
If I was him, come in, quickly change, and come back out again. Should have enough time to do that. I'm on board with Percy, his teammate. Are you on board with Flea or Percy?
Yeah, I'm on board with Flea.
Yeah, I'll be on board with
Flea
Percy.
just on a purple sector 2.
Percy goes top 1:15.4.
That's similar time to what Kingsman put in Q1.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a lot faster when they come out again. Raukio's headed into the pits. Ratchet is on his lap now. He's currently slightly slower.
Lee won 15.8. So he's managed to get past Kingsholm, so that this rivalry is going to be heating up, because Kingsholm's not going to sit there for that. He's going to be hopping out in a minute or so.
Yeah, advantage Flea at the moment.
Yeah. They'll be like, they'll have I qualified higher than you, and then like at the end of like I won, I was higher than you in the race. So
yeah, it's gonna be
quite interesting to see. Like
I want to see him properly race.
Yeah, wheel to wheel, clean racing. That's what I love to see between these. Well, when they were racing like the shakedowns, they were very clean, very close to each other. So, but they were teammates as well. So. It makes a little bit of difference.
Ratchet is improving his time, got a 1:16.2, puts him into 7th. Not a massive gain.
Yeah.
Cars are still going around at the moment, so obviously Flea will be coming in, I'm assuming. Or will be going around for one more attempt, but looking at his levels, yeah, he's coming in.
So we've got 2 minutes left to qualify. So anybody listening on the stream, just give us a little message to say who you think's going to be claiming the pole position and who do you think's going to be winning the race. So just let us know what you're thinking, guys.
Yeah, I'm interested. Do you know what? With a first race like this, who knows? I want to say Death Dragon. I do want to say Death Dragon. I saw him in a couple of races. He does look very, very quick.
I know he didn't make it to Q3, but I think Wild Gamer might be up in the top 3. And if Percy, Flea, King's Home, Freedom, and maybe the Mank can manage to get through to also challenge those places as well. So I think it's going to be quite competitive, really. Very interesting. It will all come down to the strategy. And I've just seen non-human Purple Sector, Sector 2.
Oh,
And Ratchet is retired from the session.
look like he's retired on track there. Lee's
Yeah,
retired as well. Matt
let's
has
have a
gone
look.
faster as well. Sector Purple, Sector 1. So we'll see what it's like when he comes around Sector 2. Matthew Green's commented in my chat saying, I'm winning. first to crash out of this race. That's what he wants to win. The first to crash out.
Wild Gamer asking me what you smoking. I have got belief in you, Wild Gamer. I reckon you're doing so well. Meg's got no clue, as there's some really fast drivers out in the Monday League. She's right, they are a lot of faster. Freedom with a 115.3.
See what Matty can
Puts the
do. Can
Alpha
Matty
Male in
beat it?
front.
No, 115.39.
8 thousandths. That's amazing.
That is
That's
a
like,
close gap.
oh, do you reckon they've still got enough in them to make another fast lap? I don't think so, but like we've got King's Home out there now. Hopefully he might be able to put a bit of a good time in there because he's around Repsol now. Goes around the outside of the Mercedes that slowed down. Now he's in Seat.
I'm on board with
I find
Dragon.
Seat corner is probably one of the hardest, which is actually known as Turn 5 to the non-traditional F1 fans, let's call them. If you're a proper F1 fan, you should be knowing the corner names. You should understand.
I tell you what, the only ones I can name properly is Silverstone. I can name basically all of Silverstone. But yeah, any other track, I struggle with pronouncing names, let alone to read them out. Remember,
you will love Australia's easy. Australia is basically most of the best drivers in the world have all got a corner named after them in Australia. There's 2 corners missing names, so I've named them myself. Because like one's called Marina, which is only because it's actually closest to the docks. So Albert Park is very easy to remember names. King's Home puts it in pole with a 115.1. Oh,
Def Jam goes 6th and a 115.9.
Please gonna have to feel a little bit like, oh no, his mate's kind of outdone him there.
He's outdone him by a long way as well, 7 tenths faster.
Yeah. Oh, that felt like it came out of nowhere though. That time for King's Home. Oh, Meg, cheering on, a big yes on the chat. I hope she cheers on for me like that, like Joe guy.
I reckon Meg's driving for him. They say this isn't King's Home. This is Meg driving for him.
You reckon?
Yeah.
It will explain quite a lot.
It will explain a hell of a lot. The racecraft's improved. You know, he's got a more gentle touch. Yeah, definitely Meg.
Yeah, it's Meg driving. He's just got to log in for me, please, babe, and race for us because I'm feeling a bit tired.
Yeah, you've been exposed there, King's Home. Brilliant time from everyone here.
No wonder she's like cheering so loud. It's actually her who's actually doing it.
So there you go. There's your top 10. King's Home will be in first place for the start of this race. Freedom in second. Matty in third. Percy is fourth. Flea is in fifth. Death Dragon in sixth. Walk is in seventh. Ratchet in eighth. Ninth is Non-Human, and 10th is Raukio, not setting a time. So he didn't have enough time to come back out of him.
We've got like a few comments here, like so. Yeah, Meg's going to say she said she'll cheer for me. Thanks a lot. We've got Walk saying yes, lads, best of the rest. And Meg says I ain't even in the same house as him, guys. Don't have to be in the same house. You just need a PlayStation 4, the game, and a controller.
Yeah,
and
don't give us all that. We're tech experts here.
Yeah.
We're
gamers.
All over
we know
what we're on about.
We've seen Joe race. He's never been that good.
Never been that good. He's not even the best in DxT. Appalling, mate. Appalling racing from you.
Oh, she's a traitor. I've just found out she doesn't have a PlayStation. She plays on Xbox. Oh no.
Nothing wrong with that. No, I'm
No,
transgender.
no.
I go between the two. Nothing
Oh
wrong with
no,
that.
no. You're transgender. I love it.
I'm a trans gamer.
See, I can understand like Joe, like the 360 was better than the
Yeah,
PS3, but
100% it
when
was.
it come, the PlayStation 4 is better than the Xbox. Xbox take a dump, what you'll call it. Yeah, the Xbox One. That's the one.
Yeah. So yeah, Xbox One. So yeah,
Uh,
when I was a kid, see, obviously it was PlayStation One, PlayStation Two, and then I discovered Halo, which meant I went onto the Xbox, then 360, and then I
it
think
was
I
Fable for me that nearly made me go
oh
over.
Fable, yeah, it's a quality game, Fable. But
Well,
the other
I've just had a sorry.
go on, carry on.
I was just gonna say I just had the predictor strategy, tie strategy predictions come up, which says medium to hard and soft, medium. So basically what we said before.
Yeah. So we know what we're on about.
And a lot of got flea on hards, ratchet and non-human on softs, and the rest on medium. So they're both following the similar line. So I think flea's going to go for a long stint on the hards, drop on the softs, and start picking his places.
Yeah. I hope. I said if
Ratchet,
if there's a
ratchet and
safety car,
non-human.
he's kind of put himself into a corner on strategy because he'll need to go to as far as he can on those hard tires.
Oh, we got big game saying Gaz, me and you 1 and 2 in the Renault tomorrow. Yep, I'll aim for that. I'll aim for that. B game and my teammate for the Tuesday night racing, which is tomorrow, same circuit, so that'll be interesting for all you guys. And I think it's King's Home is actually commentating on that one.
Yeah.
So,
And also, if you guys, if you've also got the Transnation side as well, so if you do catch yourself out of this race and you want to watch the race, do feel free to watch this on the channel that Gaz is on. You can watch the stream, whoever will be streaming it. I think he actually is King's Home and Flea streaming, and they'll be commentating for tomorrow's race.
yes.
There we go. There's approaching now. It's a very quick formation lap there.
Yeah,
No one got disqualified, which is quite nice to see as well. Hopefully we get a nice clean start.
This is my favourite part. I take all the menus on the screen so you can see a full screen of the start. I'll pretty much leave that up to turn 4. I'll leave it completely open. Focus on the front of the pack.
I'll let you run the start then. I'll sit at the back.
Yeah.
And pick out some injuries along the way.
So the cards are ready up. Waiting for the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're out and away we go. That's it. Freedom with a fantastic start, jumps it up to first as they all come into turn 1. Can't see any. There's no wheel bashing at the front end here, which is fantastic to see. It looks like very clean. A few people going wide.
Oh,
a little spin out by we've got a spin out by a Racing Point, and we've got a spin out
Both
by
Racing
the
Points.
Ferraris. Oh, there's a Ferrari out. There's King's Home spun out. He went wide. He's back with lost traction, and he spun out.
Meg, what are you doing? What have you done, Meg?
Oh, I think Joe might have jumped back on the car there. But no, that's unlucky there for King's Home there. Had to go wide to avoid contact. From my view anyways, avoiding contact. And had to go wide, lost traction, spun out and got collected by another car. So hopefully there was no other casualties. We may have a few people with broken wings. But the safety car is out.
Oh, drive through for Ratchet.
All this gets sorted.
Beating on the safety car. So I was just about to say he's received no damage, luckily from his spin, so he's got away with it. There is damage there. It looks like from a end plate of a. It looked like who was that from? Black end plate, possibly from a Renault, and it is. Rizzle has lost his end plate during that safety car. Another bit of a spin there from Ratchet.
So we got Valkyo gone into the pits. Matty's in the pits. And Rizzle Sticks looks like he's in the pits as well. So obviously now we've got the usual Codemasters jumping around. Oh, Freedom overshooting the safety car.
What happened there? Ratchet has left session for some reason. Not sure what that's
I
about.
think it might be a connection issue. So hopefully we can get him back in soon. But at the moment I'm just kind of gathering my thoughts about what's happened there. So we've got Freedom, You Never Walk Alone, Matty, Percy, Death Dragon, Flea, Walk, Get Carter, Wild Gamer, Addy, Not Human, Bad Payoso, Valentine, Jim Straff, Matty Boss, Valkio, Rizzle Sticks, Japoa, and Ratchet.
And Ratchet looks like he's
Looks
stuck.
like he's stuck in the pit.
Yeah, I think he's stuck. I'm on board with him now, and the pit crew is not moving out of his way. Non-human's retired. There's a crash on the safety car. AD's got a collision with non-human. He's out of the race.
The Addy's collected them, going round. Oh no. Few amount of scuffles there. Hopefully it doesn't make any severe impact to the rest of the race. So,
Valkio's still stuck. Sorry, Valkio. Ratchet's still stuck.
that might be down to his connection issue. That's why he's dropped out. So if he jumps back in, he might be able to get that going. But that might actually have a knock-on effect to
The power.
The power, yeah, because the power won't be able to hit while he's there.
Well, Japoa's put on the harder tyre, so unless he can go 33 laps, I don't think it's possible.
Not at all.
But the wait and see how that pans out. I'll quickly check. Oh, hang on, he's moving again. So all good. He's back. He's moving. But it looks like he might have retired though, because all his garage has gone into the pits, and they've left his car sitting there.
Oh.
Very interesting stuff. Oh, and they're back out again. The pit crew have realised there's a car there, and they've come back out, and they've just left Ratchet. Ratchet's just driven off. Ratchet had enough. He went, no, do you know what? You made me wait. Now come back out and do nothing. So he has now been lapped.
I'm going to deal with the same tires I had.
Well, I think he changed tires himself. Somehow he's got fresh softs on, so he's changed them himself. He couldn't be asked waiting for the pit crew. Do you know what? I'm getting out of the car. I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
And we'll see if I can get a message from, unfortunate, our old race leader. See what happened with him. So, you can invite the other one. Okay. Let's message, see if he wants to come. Actually, we'll see if we can get him in. Ah, there we go. Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
You okay, Joe?
So what happened? Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I was actually watching it happen. You moved out the way to stay out of contact and just lost traction, and that was it. Got collected by another driver. Yeah. Yeah, qualifying was fantastic. That last lap, it felt like it came out of nowhere. Absolutely brilliant.
Ratchet's come back into the pits. He's put on mediums. I don't know. He kind of got stuck. So it's a bit interesting to see what happened.
Have a look at the stream. You'll see the fact that his pit crew just sat there in the way for it, then decided to bugger off and leave him there in the box.
And then when it did finally came out, he just drove off. So I don't know if he changed his tyres or not. Non-human
got collected by Addy. Addy collected him at I think it was just after turn 9, under the safety car. I think he spun out and crashed.
Yeah, we thought as much. Not only did you beat him, but you demolished his time.
We just got a message from Meg saying you're really quiet on the stream here, Joe, so you might have to turn up your mic a little, or speak a bit clearly.
You know what? I can say something. Obviously, she's heard this before, but shut up, Meg.
Oh.
Sorry, I've just realised.
I can't either, I'm sorry. Even though I have been tempted to put
Lads,
a
throw him under the
meme
bus.
on
Come
the
on.
chat. I was like so tempted to put like a shut Meg meme on the chat, but I thought, no, I'm not that harsh.
Well, back to F1. Safety car has been released. Percy's got a bit unstuck there. Looked like he had a little look down the outside of Matty, but decided better of it. He had another little look again. Oh, that's not even Matty. That's Flea. Flea's having a bit of a wander. Waving left and right. Death Dragon's gone very wide. Bit of contact there between him and the Ferrari. If Get Carter spun. Big spin from Get Carter. He's lost his end plate there. No damage for anyone else, I don't believe. But that is a massive spin there. I saw that coming from a mile off.
We've got a bit of a battle on between Wild Gamer and Addy at the moment. So Wild Gamer trying to get back past Addy. Addy's just forced Wild Gamer off track. Didn't give him the space at all. So that's Addy putting everything he can. He's doing a Rosberg style defending or a Max Verstappen style defending all over the place.
Close battle at the moment. I'm not sure that's not for anyone, I don't believe, unless they're clearing debris.
I think that might be for the little straggler that spun out. Or maybe it's Ratchet, he's just gone a bit wide because he was the last person to come out of sector 1. Freedom with a 120.2. Oh, it's alright, turn 1. That is. I'm on that like side pod view from on Matty, so you can actually see quite nicely around the corners here. Absolutely beautiful view. Yeah. Yeah, the Renault curve, yeah. Someone's a proper F1 fan and can name the curve properly.
Get Carter is now pitted, so obviously you can change that front wing.
And Freedom's now opened up a 1.1 second gap, so which means he's not going to get attacked by DRS unless Percy has got it. Oh, Percy has brought it back in. Yeah, well, Q3 was quite close. Apparently, Addy took non-human out. That is what we've seen. But that's something that the stewards will actually look into.
Jumped on board with Rauki. I thought he was about to make a move on Japar, but without DRS assistance, he's struggling to get that car alongside the racing point. So he'll stay in 15th for now.
Oh.
Yeah, lucky enough, no damage he got there, so he was very lucky. Could have ended his race very, very easily. You've got to have it to run out of it, mate.
Addy's on the back end of walk, basically sucking the exhaust pipe of that Williams.
Yeah, and same with Raukio. He's literally pushing around the racing point now. He has a
Addy
little look,
makes a switch move. Oh, wheel to wheel battle. Who's this? Addy is hyper aggressive. It's okay when he's attacking, but defending it's too aggressive. He should be a bit more passive defending.
Oh, this is what you get from the TNE boys. Very aggressive drivers. Matty Bots looks a
Freedom with a new
bit
fast lap.
unstuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, your two overtaking points are either getting a nice inside dive at Sayat or in turn one, really. But I'm on board with Wild Game at the moment because he is looking for that space or that mistake by War.
Good question, Joe. Have you got ghosting on? Yeah, so, yeah. Matty Bot. I see he's in a lapped car according to the all data we've got. Not sure how accurate it is, and he's currently helping out Japoa quite a lot. He's giving him DRS, which is able to him to defend against Raukio. Raukio can't make the move done, but he's not using any overtake. No ERS use from Raukio. Whether he's forgot to use it, or he doesn't know how to use it, I don't know. We have another spin ahead, and it's Valentine. Valentine has spun.
Where was that spin?
That was
turn 12.
Yeah, turn 12.
So yeah, the switch from turn 11 to turn 12. That's old. Oh, I've just seen a collision. Walk is out. There was a forced collision. Actually, Walk put himself into Wild Gamer.
Oh.
Walk deliberately moved over and pushed Wild Gamer into the wall. Wild Gamer has now got a broken front wing. He's lucky to actually escape that, really. So that is
yeah. VSC's come out, so everyone's got to basically stick to a delta time now. Not used to F1. If you're not used to F1, why are you sitting there watching an F1 game? But hey ho, I'll just throw out some facts there. Raukio is basically trying to stay within his delta, but he's basically alongside of Japoa when this VSC came out. Bad's picked up a drive-through penalty there for speeding.
Meg's put a couple of comments. So she can't hear you, Joe, on the stream at all. I think that might be your settings, mate. So.
Don't need you, man.
Yeah, she can't hear what you're saying though. So like
contact between Raukio and Japoa, not enough to do anything though, but a bit of a love tap there. Japoa is still getting pulled along from Mattybot ahead of him. Get cart, and Raukio can't do anything as Wild Gamer has retired from session.
Wild Gamer with that was a front wing damage, so he would have retired because he would have thought that he would not be able to make any difference.
I think he's hit the pit wall.
Oh, really?
I think where his car is DNF'd, I think he's hit the pit wall as he's entering it. I think VSC has come out again. I've jumped on board with Ratchet so we can see what the damage. Here we go. He's hit the pit wall. Oh, go lucky ghosting is on. As Valentine gets another drive through.
That was unfortunate. So I wonder. Or maybe he's lost control because of the fact he's got no downforce.
Yeah, so, the entry is difficult.
Yeah.
I am now here. Everyone can hear me.
Oh God.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, Wild Gamer just commented on your stream. What the hell? One race where I try and stay out of trouble, and that happens. Wild Gamer, what happened there? Just let us know what happened. We saw the aftermath. We don't see how you caused it.
If you put it into instance.
Right, big bit of a love tap again from Japoa and Raukio. Raukio lost the back end, nearly hit the wall. So he just about keeps it together. Lost a lot of time to him though. He's now 2 seconds away. Sorry,
I'm on board with Flea at the moment while he's looking to make a move on Matty.
I'm behind. I'm looking at the battle between AD and Death Dragon. Yeah, you could be heard now, Joe.
Yeah, I thought I could be. Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just
well-
Meg saying that, so you get into a false sense of security.
Rizzle Six is really not having a very good day at the
No,
minute,
he's
I
not.
think.
Matty-Bot's trying
Or
to
is
unnap
it-
himself as well.
Yeah,
Obviously,
he's trying to enough himself.
with two ghosting cars, it's quite easy. Never mind, Matty-Bot has spun. And
Oh,
he's hit the
no.
wall. Pushed it a bit
Is that
too
another
hard there. I'm still seeing
Is that
yellows
bringing out another
across the
safety
whole
car?
track. Is that right? Or that
Yeah,
wrong?
I am as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's showing sector 1, 2, and 3, so it's not a safety car. It's just yellow flag. It's going to be
Let's
quite
hope it
interesting to see
resolves
how the
itself.
face will pan out now.
And Matty's got a drive-through for that as well. So I think there was a VSC still out. I think the
Brilliant.
VSC
It's
was
not
still out.
Oh, that's, yeah, must have been.
Yeah,
Matty's
but
right on the
what-
back of Percy.
Yeah, just on board of that. But Flea's on the back of Matty as well. This is going to be quite interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, there really is a top 5 battle going on at the moment, but it is hard to follow in. Freedom's definitely pulling away now, isn't he? Almost 3 seconds
Yeah.
at the moment. Obviously, you've got pit stops to come, which could change what happens. Another yellow
then you
flag
got-
again.
Yeah, you got Flea that's actually on the hard tyres, still sitting in 4th.
He
That's
is,
a
yeah.
fantastic effort. Put him on soft tyres, I'm sure he's going to be flying up there.
The yellow flag. Matty Bot's
Oh,
just
safety
sat.
car. Full safety car's come out. Full safety car.
Yeah, Matty Bot's just sat on the final corner.
Oh, he's got.
I think
He's
it's
now
got-
reliant
it's-
Robin. He's only got 3 wheels.
He's glitched, yeah. Got another safety car, so
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
A lot of
They're all
moving
going to
around
pit now,
at
of
the moment.
course, but is Lee going to pit? No, he's not, so Lee's going to take the lead of this race on the hard tyres. So, is he going to be vulnerable at the very start?
You might get lucky and have another safety car pop out so you can stick a set of softs on about 10 laps time.
We have got a glitch, guys, with Ebot, who's just sat on the start-finish straight.
Oh, really?
Who is that? Just that's
Oh,
start finish.
Matty, I don't know if he's gone now. I think he might have gone off. See if anyone's going down the start one. Everyone would have pitted, wouldn't they? So,
Yeah, so I got a message from Matty. He said Rizzle sticks, turned and pushed me into the wall. But I think because it was ghosted, I'm not sure if that was the case. I'm not entirely sure because you was a lapped car, Matty. So I think you was a ghosted car. We will investigate after the race and we'll have a look. I did catch it on stream, so we will have a look. But I do believe that it was a ghost situation, so I don't think there was any contact there.
Well, you can see Death Dragons will actually put on a set of soft tyres, so it'll be quite interesting to see how he goes. He'll definitely make some places in the first few laps, but just how long will those soft tyres work?
Matthew said he wasn't a lapped car, so you guys chat. I'm just going to rewind my stream a little bit, just investigate that while we're sitting here.
yeah, sure. So obviously, Flea is leading the race, but he's going to just about to have 13 lap hold hard. So I don't know when is he going to pit? Gary, what do you think? Lap 20, 25 maybe? He might be able to run it to the softs now actually, because he's been out for so long.
Well,
And the safety car.
the soft tyres would. I think maximum is about 12 laps maximum for soft tyres. Medium start to wear out at 16 laps because it is a medium to hard tyre strategy. So I'm saying lap 20, put on a bit of set of mediums for a fleet, or push it to lap 25 for a set of softs. So
Yeah.
you are about right with the lap 20-25 prediction.
Yeah, so I think if he can push it another 10 laps or so and go on to the softs, he
He'd have a good chance of winning it.
winning this, yeah, definitely. But he's got to try and push. Yeah, he's got to try and push as much as he can, or hope for a VSC or a safety car, because he's obviously got to make that 20 to 22 second gap back up to first again. But otherwise, Freedom was looking pretty comfortable before, so I think he's going to be a little bit annoyed about that. But you can see he's right on the back of Lee at the minute. So I don't know. Would it be in this lap? It should be, shouldn't it?
No, it's 3 laps, so yeah, it should be this lap. Here's a little bit of a little fact for you about this circuit while the safety car's still out. Turn 4, Repsol, was actually designed to be similar to the Parabolica at Monza. So if you actually look at the shape, it is actually very similar to how that is. So that's what their idea was for that corner.
Oh. Didn't know that.
Little facts. Also, the Turn 1 is actually had its name changed so many times depending on which fuel is sponsoring the race.
Right.
It's stupid little facts I find out about these circuits over the years, and they just sit there and they just come off.
I've just
Safety
wrote a
car's going
message,
to be
sorry.
in this lap.
Yeah,
Just checked with my stream, and Matt, for some reason, it says he wasn't he wasn't a lapped car, but the game has picked him up as a lapped car, so he was ghosted. So it could be an issue. We have maybe a little bit of a glitch.
Right.
But I've told him to go back and have a look at lap 11, Matty, if you're listening.
And Lee's gone now. So he just went out of the final corner. He's got a little bit of a good getaway, I suppose. Half a second gap, and Addy's into the gravel, along with Percy's retired from the session.
Another crash on the start-finish straight.
What is going on?
Did he get collected?
I'm not entirely sure. I was looking. I wanted to go back to have a look. It's like his rear tyres gone off his car there. A lot of cars in the pits. I can't see the damage, but there's a lot of debris on track again. This could be another VSC.
Bad Peroso is actually also DNF'd on the home straight. So that's quite a few cars have gone off for various reasons today. I'd say it's pre-season, it's teething problems at the moment. It's just finding out the right balance for the drivers to work on. A lot of these drivers have never raced against each other before, so we can give that as a bit of a
virtual safety car.
Yeah.
See how. Let's see how Fleet handles this, because he's got a knack for timing the virtual safety car. Freedom with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, and he's gone into the pits. And has he gone into the pits or has he stayed out?
On your stream? Freedom just turned into me on the street. That was from WAMP Squads. I'm assuming that was either Percy or Bad.
Yeah. No, it would have been Percy because Freedom was at the front.
Yeah. VSC's been released. Freedom, Flea 1.1 second ahead of Freedom, and Death Dragon right behind him.
Flea has a fantastic ability to get the best out of a virtual safety car reset or restart, should I say. He's flying there, getting time out. And Death Dragon is close to Freedom. He is looking for that opportunity. Jumped on board with him to see how he handles 10, because this could be an overtaking moment.
Broke up a penalty, 3 seconds.
Backs out.
Oh, is Rokio going to go alongside it? No, backs out of that one. I wouldn't blame him for that. It's about to go alongside Japawa. Big long train now coming into the last sector, or the last corner, I should say.
And that's Freedom going in to do is a drive-through penalty. So that kind of opens
shame for Freedom.
DRS is now enabled. Won't be for this straight, it will be for the next DRS straight.
I think Freedom's going to come out between Addy and Matty, I think. Yeah.
Ratchet's gone into the pits again.
Be quite interesting to see a battle between Freedom and Addy, both of them being quite aggressive drivers.
I'm not sure if interesting is the right word, Gav.
I say interesting because I don't want to say the word disaster.
You never know what will happen here. Never know.
Valkyr's just not giving up on Japoa, is he?
No, he's
All. It's
not.
absolutely fantastic.
And now Japoa is going to have no defence with his DRS because he's 1.5 from Jim Strav ahead of him, and with no back markers to help him out. Be interesting to see how these guys pan it out. Battle of the Urs so far. Valkyr hardly losing any, still basically on 100% compared to Japoa's 75.
Well, I'm going to guess that Death Dragon and Flea are both going to probably be hitting roughly about the same time for their final set of tyres.
Valkyr's making a move, going down the inside of turn 1. He's going to be late on the brakes. Good overtake there from Valkyr up into 4th place. He's been waiting to do that for about 6 laps now, so he's done very well there.
Matty, you never walk alone. Matty has put a new fastest time of 1:18.4.
Come on, you Max.
I'm actually quite surprised of that Death Dragon got the distance between himself and Flea down to 0.7 of a second at the beginning of this lap. And then all of a sudden, Flea has doubled that distance in half a lap. That's absolutely fantastic effort. And he's on the hard tyres. That's old hard tyres.
How old? When did his softs kind of fall off? He can't be
Softs
surely
at,
coming to the end of
laps.
his soft life.
10 to 12 laps.
It must have been a mistake there.
I think for Flea though, it's just best to let him go and not fight it whatsoever, and just get on with his own thing for the minute.
I don't think Flea's going to have a problem. He's got to continue. His pace is quite steady. His line's quite nice. It looks like he's holding it quite well. So, and Death Dragon's not getting close to him anymore. It's kind of like he gets close to a bit and then all of a sudden he drops away. So I think Flea's just got to get a nice little flow going and then pick up those soft tyres and finish strong.
Yeah, he's managing his ERS as well perfectly, because you could tell the comparison between the two of them. Flea is on 50% and Death Dragon is literally rinsing it out. It's 15% now. Yeah, so Izzy's just commented in my chat to talk to Matty about his incident. It does look like he was ghosted. So it's a bit of a strange one, that. If Matty's claiming he wasn't lapped, but the game was showing him as lapped. I'm not too sure what they can do in order of reporting, but we'll have a look. Might just be something to make a note of in the future. Japoa's, or Valkyr, sorry, is clawing in. Oh, now I say that and he's crashed. Oh, I'm such a glitch. I am such. Oh no, I am such a jinx. Valkyr has lost his wing, lost control of his car and into the wall.
That was when he was just looking to get look for an opportunity to pass Jim stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was getting in within DRS. I thought he'd be going another overtake here, possibly for Valkyr in the next few laps, and instead he's pitting. He's going to lose a lot of places now. It should throw him. I think it'll throw him behind Valentine.
Yeah. Well, Jim Strav has done fantastic. He's now 14th. Up 14 places. Absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get out of Q1 because he just kept invalidating laps. But I did say he did have a fantastic racecraft, and he could actually get a cheeky little win here, looking at the way he's going.
Yeah, he's racing extremely well today. Jim Strav closing the gap to within a second of Death Dragon. Again, on them the harder tyres, they're very fresh. So I'm not sure if Dragon's liking his soft tyres he's on at the moment. He's definitely struggling with pace.
Yeah.
With 13 laps to go, you wouldn't think softs, would be struggling after 7 laps. The track's bedded in with quite a lot of rubber. It should be perfect condition.
It would all depend on how he's got his car balanced. If he's got a high downforce, then he will lose a lot more rubber. Also, his brake balance, if he's put it up a bit high so he can get into these corners and swing the car around, he's got to put a lot of wear on the front tyres, which will take a lot of time out of him.
Just jumped on board with Get Car because I saw a bit of a spin. Looks like he's heated up his rears and he's losing traction everywhere on track at the moment and possibly going to get lapped or unlapped by Ratchet, who's behind him. Interesting race. Obviously, Ratchet is a whole lap down because what happened to him at the start with the glitch of him sitting in the pit lane. But it just shows you he has got the pace to be battling with the mid-pack here, which is really unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
Carter seems to have regained his control of the car now as he's pulling back away from Ratchet. But he's got 25 seconds between him and the car in front. No man's land at the moment.
Just says like the only battle still there is Jim Strav potential. Jim Strav past Death Tracker who's in the pits.
Yeah, 8 lap holds.
The door for the softs.
There's no damage on the car. He has served a penalty.
Oh yes, he did have a penalty, didn't he? That's put Freedom up. Addy's up now into 4th. Depot up in 3rd. A lot of these drivers we didn't expect to be up this high, but we have lost some key fast drivers throughout the race today, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really interesting. As I said, people like Percy, Wild Gamer, King's Home, obviously, we expected to be up there, battling out with the with likes of Flea.
Non-human, we actually thought he would be like in the mix for the front runners as well because he did have good pace throughout qualifying. So it's unfortunate. Luckily, it's only pre-season and doesn't affect the whole championship.
Okay, I need to stop changing the people. I've just switched over to Ralkio, and he's just as I've done it, he's spun. I am the biggest jinx going. I apologise, Twitch. Well, there we go. So he's struggling on his fresh medias. I'm going to jump to someone else, so I apologise. I want to have a look with AD, who's approaching the back of Chapoa within DRS now, battling for 3rd place.
Oh, Jim Stravis took a whole second out of the Flea's lead. So we could be expecting a challenge in a lap or two.
Obviously, Flea being the only one not to stop, I think he'll be up begging for some sort of VSC or safety car at this point to try and assist him a little bit.
Yeah.
AD's having a little look.
I've got a feeling he'll probably be in this lap, will be my guess. Or next lap.
Yeah, definitely soon.
AD and Japoa now literally turned into the human centipede of F1. They are so close behind each other. AD's going to have the DRS coming down. He's so close. Can he get a good exit? No. Bit of a half spin there, but he's still keeping it together. He's still within the seconds, so he will hold it out for one more attempt on the long straight. Very good driver from these two. They know each other very well. They race in other leagues together, so they know exactly how each other races. But no surprises between these guys. But we do know AD is very aggressive. He's going to want to make this move done very, very quickly.
Jim Stravis now within a second of Flea, so the overtake will be imminent. Maybe on the next DRS zone.
I'm surprised he didn't go in that lap, to be honest. Or Jim Stravis just always
having a little bit of a glitch.
He's all over the place.
AD makes a good move there, up into 3rd place. Well done, AD. Nothing Japoa really could do. Take the pubble sector while he's doing it as well. Cars are very spaced out. Other than obviously we've got the battle between for first with Flea and Jim Strav. Everyone's very spaced out at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a green flag somewhere.
Sorry, that was me.
So Flea will get the benefit of DRS from Ratchet if Ratchet can stay ahead of Flea. Coming up to DRS detection point in a second, so Flea wants to stay behind if he can.
I think he'll be going in the pits. Yeah,
he is.
It's going to be interesting. Where's this going to drop him out? About behind Matty, I think.
Yeah, it would have to be behind Matty, or maybe even Death Dragon if it's if Death Dragon manages to get round quick enough.
I'm going to stay on board with Matty and see where he is. He's coming down the last corner now.
The Flea's out of the pit box now, so he's coming down the pit straight. And Matty's
Matty
past him.
he's beating him out, Matty. So
Death
Dragon. He's too far away, so he'll fall right in the middle of those two.
Yeah.
Soft tyres to the end though. Bearing in mind of all the safety cars, he's helped him out a little bit, extending his strategy. As we got Ralkio's out of the race. He's lost it on the last corner. I noticed he'd been struggling.
Was he on board with him when he spun out?
No, unfortunately I wasn't. I just happened to flick back and see it as he was in the wall. But he's now out of the race. He was definitely struggling.
So that's fortunate for Jim Strav that actually hasn't brought out a safety car.
Well, it would have been better if it came out a few laps later. So if there was safety car for Flea, because he would have pitted underneath safety car. I just see Get Carter warming up his tyres a little bit.
Flea is on the charge though.
Yeah, he's bringing in that time with Massey dead quick.
Yeah, Flea on these fresh softs, this should be a no-brainer.
We'll
But will he catch up to Jim Straven in enough time? What is the gap between the two?
It's
18 seconds.
Yeah, just under 18 seconds. He's got Matty already, so that's done at the end of his first lap on the tyres.
Nice overtake there by Flea, just before turn 1. Just been reading the messages here from Meg said, Hobo, you need to stop jinxing people.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're gonna make her job a lot harder now because you're jinxing people and putting them in the walls. So now just put all that out.
I'm literally known for it as well. I'll flick to someone and they crash. Oh, it's so bad.
I think everybody on that list, when you mention them, 1 or 2 laps later, they've crashed.
I know, it's so bad. Sorry, guys. I am sorry. I'll hang up my my commentating.
Don't you dare. This is one of my best commentating moments I've had.
Hobo, I've sent you a video of my crash. So, okay, I'll have a look at the crash from the straight. Or you guys carry on chatting.
Yeah. Good job of fantastic racecraft today. I've actually put in a decent time now. He's 4.3 seconds now in front of Addy. Japoa still not catching up with Addy, but Freedom is closing in and Flea taking time off. Flea with a 117.6 fastest lap. That's outstanding.
He's starting to run low on the battery a little bit though, so he needs to be careful about that.
Yeah.
Oh, he almost spun there. I'm on board with him at the minute. So yeah, he's definitely got third place in his sights. Yeah. But he really needs to.
Well, Freedom's battling Japoa, so he's going to close in that gap quite quickly if they carry on battling.
I just saw the clip sent in. Oh, well, it's going to be sent in. It's a hard one to call because it does look like this was. Sorry, go back to his clip. Percy. It's a hard one to call. It's a hard one to call because it does look like that Percy is slightly drifting towards Freedom, and Freedom's come towards Percy. But it's hard to tell. You have to see from Freedom's point of view if he has.
That's what I'm. Yeah,
has that,
gonna wait for. Yeah, there's going to be a few incidents reported tonight, but hopefully there won't be anyone for a quali ban next week.
Japoa's just jumped into the pits, giving Freedom third.
So that's fourth, yeah. So that's a
bit early to come into the pits, isn't it? From on those tyres, they're not too old.
Maybe he wants fastest lap.
Going on the soft tyres and finishing off the race strong.
Oh, we have another spin ahead. Who is that? Like it was a Ferrari, and it was Get Carter, I believe.
It couldn't be the other Ferrari.
Yeah, it wasn't a Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari's sitting with us now. They Get Carter went into the gravel there. You can see his tyres are extremely filthy. And Meg, I didn't mention his name, so there, not my fault. Just thrown out there. Yeah, who else we got on board?
The top 3 drivers at the moment all sitting on 14 lap old hard tyres. So Flea could basically dance his way through them if he catches them nicely.
I honestly thought I just jinxed Japoa. I changed over to him, and as I flicked over to him, I saw his car shoot really, really, really wide into the grass. But luckily, he held on to it.
Time penalty.
Yeah, he's pushing his car to the absolute limit, as I've seen in the last 2-3 corners. Got a long way to make up, though, if he wants to get into the points. Obviously, he does want to get that fast lap as well for the extra point. Who has got fast lap at the moment? Let's have a look.
It's at Flea at the moment.
Yep, 1:17.6. So there you go, Japoa. If you're listening, that's what you're aiming for. 1:17.6. Everyone's extremely spaced out now.
Yeah. Japoa with the better chance of the next overtake on Valentine. He's actually bringing that time down very quickly. Now we're down to 1.3 seconds.
Yellow flags again. Let's get Carter. I think he's moving out the way of the back markers. That's the blue flag, so that's nothing to be worried about, to be honest, as he goes wide again.
Flea is definitely closing that gap to Freedom for third place. Obviously, Freedom's got a time penalty anyway. I'm not sure. I'll just double check for you guys.
6
what
seconds.
Time penalty? 6 seconds. Okay,
6
so he's
seconds.
comfortably in.
Yeah, on penalty wise, I'll go through them quickly. So 6 seconds Freedom. We have Valentine with 12 seconds. Ratchet's got 10. Get Carter's got 9. And Matty, Dragon, Japoa, Rizzle, and Get Carter Rizzle, have all got 3 seconds. So yeah, a lot of penalties there. The main guys at the top, we're looking at Jim Strav, AD, and Flea with no penalties.
This could be a fight for the win at the end. Just seeing with how close that gap's been getting smaller and smaller. They're on the exact same tyres, lap and compound.
I'm just having a quick little look at the stops as well. You've got like drivers like Japoa, Get Carter, and who've all done 3 stops. Rizzle Sticks has done 4 stops. So if they manage to work out a 4-stop race rather than, if they managed to work out a 1-stop race rather than a 4-stop race, he would have took off a whole minute of his time, which means Rizzle Sticks would have been first.
That's unreal. That's a massive difference. Just jumped on board quickly with Japoa, who's battling with Valentine, and as they were battling, they lapped Ratchet, and Ratchet, obviously being Japoa's teammate, inadvertently gave Valentine DRS. So he defended against his own. He kind of cocked his own teammate a little bit there.
Yeah.
But Valentine is still without DRS for the next straight. He's still too far away from Dragon ahead of him. But the gap is decreasing quite a lot. Dragon is really struggling on those softs again.
And he's almost within that 1 second gap behind. Well, he is now in that 1 second gap behind Jim Strav. So it'd be interesting way to see how this finishes.
A simple move there from Japoa up into 7th place. Not much Valentine could do. And now Japoa is chasing down Dragon. He's already within DRS again. So this should be a good little fly up through the grid. He can't go much further than this because obviously the gap between Matty and Dragon, 14.5 seconds. Massive. Let's say massive.
Super close
gap.
at the front.
Yeah, just on the front gap now. This is going to be
this over-top shot going down the home straight between these 2 front drivers is a fantastic view. You see Addy's closing that gap in very quickly.
Is he going to go for it?
He is, he's got to. Jim Strav harvesting his energy as much as he can.
He collects a bit of debris as he makes the overtake, but a great overtake there for first place. Brilliant drive there. Dragon's lost 2 places there, so got a bit unstuck somewhere. And overtaken by both Japoa and Valentine. Japoa looks like he was struggling there. I'm not sure what that yellow flag was about, but Valentine is right behind him now with DRS open. Japoa uses his overtake just to pull that gap ahead. Keeps ahead of Valentine into stays in 6th place.
We've got DJ is in the pits.
Yeah,
He's
another
obviously
set
going
of
to go for that
another
fastest
set of
lap
soft
at the.
tyres.
He's going to go for the fastest lap at the end to get the extra point. I think. I don't think he's going to. Oh, he's going to lose out to Rizzlesticks though. Well, it's going to be very close actually between the two of them. They're going to be battling into turn 1.
Oh, that's not what he wanted. He wanted to go out there, get a fresh lap, and now he's going to have to be battling out for that one
Jim
extra point.
Straver's lost a lot of time now to Addy on that second to last lap. So now we're going to the final lap with Addy being 1.4 seconds ahead of Jim Strav.
Addy's had a solid race today. He's done very, very well.
Keep that within 6. Yeah. Flea needs to keep that within 6 seconds to take third from Freedom down to due to penalties.
Rizzlesticks has got past. Sorry, Rizzlesticks been overtaken. Sorry, by Death Dragon now. He'll probably stay where he is. Valentine's having another little go at Japawa, but again he's too far away. Japawa's using all his overtake he can to stay ahead. But where is AD on track? He's going through the last couple of corners now. He's had a solid race. He's actually been quite quiet today. We've not really talked about him too much, but he's had a solid race. Kept out of trouble, for the most part anyway. As he comes round the last sector now. Through the chicane. Final corner. No damage, no injuries. And he will cross the line in first place. Unbelievable race from him. Jim Strav comes in the close seconds. 2.4 seconds the gap. Freedom will cross the line in third. But he will fall down a bit if he ain't careful. But oh no, he actually's increased the gap between him and Flea.
Yeah, so I don't know if Flea's going to get the third place. I don't think he is. It's going to be close.
Flea was just outside the 6
seconds.
seconds.
And he doesn't. Huh? Just under a second. So that strategy did not work for Flea in the end.
No, I think that there was far too many safety cars for that to be effective. And I felt, like I said at the beginning, I think the harder tyre kind of forced him into a corridor. He couldn't really do much else. He couldn't change strategy because he had to stay on the hards as long as he could. Well, there we go. Japawa comes in 6th. Valentine in 7th. We have Dragons. They're going to come in 8th. Obviously, depending on penalties. I'm not sure what the penalties are with them at the moment, but we'll wait and see what happens when they cross the line. DRS is open, and he goes in 8th. Cameras will close that gap on penalties. No, I don't think so. There you go, 9th place for him. Brilliant race. AD, your driver of the day. Do you agree with that, Gaz?
Well, AD did have a few little issues throughout the race with his hyper-aggressive defending, a little bit wayward. So I would actually more give it towards Jim Strav, the driver of the day, personally. There was not many problems with Jim Strav at all with his driving.
Yeah, Jim Strav had a good race. I think Flea would have had a good race if he was no safety car. I think safety cars have really played an impact on his race today.
Yeah, definitely.
But if this is going to be the style of racing we're going to have, it's going to be brilliant to watch for a whole season.
It means like it's quite unpredictable. People making little mistakes throughout the races could put themselves out. But we've got some fast drivers who did not manage to finish the race, who would be sitting in the top 3 easily.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look at the DNFs we've got: Raukio, Percy, Bad, Matty, Wild Gamer, WLK, Non-Human, obviously King's Hole. A lot of DNFs today. It's going to make for a good season, I think.
Well, this is just like obviously with it being pre-season, this will be like something for our stewards to have a look at to see how our drivers did today, and it kind of like paints a little idea what we could be expecting throughout the whole season. So I've just got to say thank you for everybody for tuning in. Thanks for company from Joe Kingshome, who's joined us after going out at turn 3. And thanks very much, everybody, for being with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been really fun.
I look forward to tomorrow, Tuesday night racing at the same location, same drive, same format, but that's going to be with Kingston and Flea, I believe, commentating.
Yeah, it is. No, I'm going to steer the seat now. That was unfair.
Yeah, just start jinxing everybody. As long as it's not me, I'm not. So I'll be out on the track tomorrow, and next week we start the season. So thanks for joining us.
Don't forget, guys, if you do want to get involved, send either myself or Gaz or Kingsholm a message. We have got multiple leagues running across many different days. So if you can't make the Monday league, for example, you have got the Tuesday league, like we were just talking about. If you can't make the Tuesday league, I run a Friday league. If you can't run that, we've got Saturday leagues. We've got all kind of things we can kind of get you involved with. And as I said, you'll be racing with some of these
we're
guys.
looking to expand in the future as well.
And if you obviously, if you liked how we commentated, if you're listening for your own league, send us a message. We'll see what we can do. Me and Gaz, I think we love commentating. So send us a message. We'll throw it out there. We'll see if we're available. F1 if you're
I'll
listening.
put it on my long list.
If you want to get rid of Crofty F1, you got me and Gaz. We're qualified. We're brilliant.
We're cheaper.
Whoa.
We're happier.
We're a lot happier than them.
Well, thanks very much, guys, and good night.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Good night.